Yo, what's up? How's it going, everybody? It's Daikin here bringing you another Guilty Gear Strive tutorial, and today we're going to be talking about Millia's pressure. I'm going to be trying to break this down so you guys can understand what I try to look for when I'm doing pressure, to try to open my opponents up, the type of things I try to utilize to try to stay safe, and the options I try to do to try to open them up and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start talking about it. There's going to be a few main normals and special moves I'm really going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about 2P, we're going to be talking about 5K, we're going to be talking about close slash, we're going to be talking about Iron Savior RC. We're going to be talking about Bad Moon RC. And then we're going to be talking about a couple of jump normals. Mainly JP, JK, and JS are going to be the buttons that we're going to be talking about for the main structure of our pressure. The rest of the buttons are just going to be like neutral tools or like things that like help you like fish for like counter hits and stuff and all that. And then there's also like some in combo parts like 6H we're going to talk about and stuff, and pressure enders and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. So mainly, first off the bat, we're going to talk about 2P. So 2P is going to be a move that has a very specific use. I feel like it does have very good Gatling options, so you can do all your command normals off of it. So you can do 2P 6K, 2P 6K, you can do 2P 6H, and 2P 6P as well. But the main thing this is really going to be good for is baiting out YRC. So when a person does yellow Roman cancel, none of her buttons really block it. So even if I try to do like 2P, see, I can't block it. If I do close slash, I can't do it. 5K can't do it. Now you can do it off close slash and 5K if you jump cancel. It is hard to punish still though, but you can get a punish. It's pretty hard. As you see, I got one right there, but yeah, sometimes you got to be like running momentum to get it and stuff. It's pretty weird how you get it, but you can get it off certain normals and stuff, off the jump cancel. But if you do that, you're giving up your pressure and you're going for a hard bait on a YRC. Just keep that in mind. But 2P is the only normal she can actually do and actually block it. So if you are in a situation where you think a person is going to YRC, like say if it's like the end of the round, they don't have burst, but they got 50 meter and you knock them down, then 2P may be a good option for you to utilize, like try to start your pressure with, because if they do that YRC, you got a chance to block it and then finish them off with a huge punish, because YRCs on block are counter hit state, so you can get your big punishes like your 2H punish counter hits and stuff like that. So this is going to be the main focus of how you're going to use 2P. Now we're going to talk about 5K. So 5K is going to be a jump cancelable normal. This normal is very good for jump cancels and redashes is the main thing you're going to be doing it for, as well as stagger pressure and keeping things true block strings, because this normal can self chain into each other. You can keep it a true block string, so you can do like 5K 2K into 2D, keep it a true block string for the 2K part, and then you can also delay it. So like this makes it a frame trap, and because of the like low recovery, you can also try to like redash in to try to catch people that are looking for specific things. So some people are very good at catching you trying to command dash back in. So if they're looking for that, doing a slight micro dash will throw them off because it's way faster, because it doesn't have the recovery that doing the command dash has. Talking about the actual jump cancels, there's a few things you can definitely do. For one, you could go for cross up overhead, you go for cross up low, you can go for delay cross up, so you cross up and then you do another over IAD, and then you basically crush their like fuzzy timing. You could do cross up back into a cross up, which is a little bit tricky, can be a little bit tricky, but you can definitely cross up into cross. You got to like slightly delay it like that. Yeah, there you go. You can also do cross up into fastball and then try to go for a low from there. So you definitely got quite a few options of things you could do to try to open your opponent up during that situation. And this is also going to apply to close slash, which we're about to talk about in just a second. One thing about 5K, you can go into 6K, but this, when you go into this, it can be jumped, so keep that in mind. And this could of course be mashed out of because of how slow it is, and this could be mashed out of too. It is a pretty hard timing for them to mash, but they can mash 5K 6K, so you really probably won't use that too much, but it is something you can try to utilize as well. Now talking about close slash is a very good button because of like how it hits. It's a 2-hitting normal, so very easy to confirm, and it has a lot of Gatling options as well. So once again, all your command normals is 2, but you also got the chain of 2S in the mix as well with it. And you have slash, heavy slash, and you have regular slash too. And once again, you can delay all of these buttons, so you can make this frame trap. So I could delay the 2S, delay the slash, delay the heavy slash. You know, these are really good things because if these land counter hits, you get good confirms, just to showcase some of the things you can potentially get of certain things. So something like that. This is a very big counter hit for you if you get the delay. So you get stuff like that. Very good. You know, if you're near the corner, it gets even better off those confirms too. Once again, you delay that, you get that. You can also delay the slash like that. So you can definitely make it to where it's scary for them to press a button. And this is where you condition your opponent. Once you condition them into stuff like that and they're like scared to press a button, or you see that they aren't pressing buttons to begin with, then you can start doing some of her pressure resets off of this, which is going to be doing this into each other. Now this is only like -2, so it's very strong to do this. And once again, because you have all these options, you can make it very scary. So you do this into this, dash up, do it again, this into 2S, run up, throw, or you can go into like 5K if you don't want to move like this. Don't forget, this is a jump cancelable normal, so all the jump cancel stuff we were just talking about with 5K applies to this normal as well. And then of course you can start doing your 6-8 stuff if you want to. Now if they try to jump this 6K, they actually can't. Most characters can't. I don't know if Millia can. Millia is a faster character, so some characters can jump it, but it is hard for some characters to do it. Let me just show this. So you see Millia can, but some other characters that don't have faster jump startups like Millia, like Soul, Kai, and stuff like that, this will catch them, bring them back down to the ground, and then you have time to do this again because of the block stun. So Millia isn't a good example versus herself to do this on, but yeah, it could definitely catch people from trying to jump, which is a very strong tool. Obviously you got this too, which catch people. Let me take them on block. And then don't forget, off this you can go into this to try to reset pressure as well. And one of your main enders off 6H will probably be this. This is like one of her safe ender. It does have a little bit of a gap, so keep that in mind. So you just have to be wary of like the little gap that's there, but it is one of her safer enders when it comes to that, to enter pressure and then like try to back off to go back to neutral. But once again, if your opponent isn't checking this, then you can definitely go for throws. You can also, if you don't want to go for the throw, if you think opponent is going to try to take a throw, try to go into a normal. This will catch them trying to press throw, and you can get a huge counter hit punish from there as well. So it's also a very good tool for something like that. So just a recap summary of the ground pressure before we go into the air pressure. Make sure you use your 2P for the YRC baits. 5K and close slash are jump cancelable. You want to try to do stagger pressure to make sure they are scared of mashing and trying to jump. Once you establish that they're scared to do that, you can try to go for redash pressure and command dash pressure. If they're looking for command dash, and doing redash pressure will try to stop them from doing the trying to stop them from mashing from your command dash pressure. And then once they're scared of mashing, trying to look for the command dash pressure because they're looking for this, then you can start trying to put in command dash. Or if they start trying to mash again because you're doing redash, then you just start doing delay frame traps again. And it's just the constant loop of just using those options along with your command normals like 6H and 6K to try to open them up. Then there is of course the jump cancels as well. You got to keep in mind that you can do a whole bunch of stuff with. Now let's talk about the actual Bad Moon and Iron Saver mix before we go into the air options. So first we're going to talk about Iron Savior, and this is going to be a pretty good tool to utilize for like a quick mix-up pressure tool that you could use. It like is safe, and it's going to allow you to continue pressure even if they block it. So let's talk about it. So first off the bat, you mainly do this off close slash. You can do it off any hit you want, and you just go into Iron Savior. This will pop you up in the air, and you want to RC this. From this, you can go into a quick low like this. So you can get a triple low pretty much, or you can go for a quick overhead like that. And from the quick overhead, you can also get a knockdown. You can also get a combo off of it depending on like the spacing of it. So you got to keep that in mind, because obviously if you're doing this, you're going to be a little farther out. You can dash back in with the with the drift RC, but sometimes you will still be a little bit further. So the most simple thing is just to take the knockdown, but you can get a combo from it just to showcase that. Let me take them on block real quick. Like that. So that's pretty much how you get the combo from it. So pretty cool combo that you could do from it. Once again, it depends on the weight of the character too. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but since you get a mix up and a knockdown off the Iron Saber, that's something good to keep in mind that you can utilize. Now let's talk about the Bad Moon one, because this is a good one as well. So the main thing about this one is you're going to want to utilize the up drift. So doing the up drift allows you to do pretty much all the things we were talking about before, as far as like the mix-up opportunities that you get from this. So you up drift, you go for the low, you up drift, and you could go for the overhead on the opposite side. You could stay on the same side if you want by delaying like that, and you could do the same thing with the MG jump low. So pretty much you get a four-way mix-up off the Bad Moon if it's blocked. If it combos, you just get a combo off of it. You could just do close slash until your air confirm, and that pretty much settles that. So very good tool to utilize when it comes to Bad Moon as well. Last but not least, I want to talk about jump pressure with you all. This is a very important thing to utilize when it comes to confirming what's happening and allowing you to either get a combo or get the block string, so you can try to actually get a knockdown and you know, potentially win the game. So let's talk about this. So main things you're really going to be utilizing here is your JP, your JK, and your JS. Now, a lot of people like to do this into like JK, JD, but this is pretty much really unsafe, especially if you like miss it, because you can definitely miss this sometimes, especially if you delay it, or just the way it hits sometimes it don't always hit and you just go flying. If you're in the corner and then you just gotta hold this recovery, is very bad, right? So a lot of people started doing like button into another button, and this is very good because not only do it allow you to confirm, but allows you to get the block string as well. So you see I got them on holding up. So as you can see, they can no longer hold up if they block this JS. They gotta like block the string. So it gives me a chance to do something like this, right? I can JK or JS, JK, they gotta block that. And then I can go for the 2K, or I can simply just start my pressure right here. As you see, that caught the jump. So you can start your pressure from there as well if you see that they block it, and then go for something else. If this happens to hit, you can confirm it pretty easily, which I'll show in just a second. But you can also do JK, 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 JS, JK, JH. For JP, this isn't a jump cancelable normal. So you really want to do something like this for it. Like JK or JP, JH is pretty good. You can do JP, JK. This one's a little bit finicky, but it can work as well, as you can see. Now talk about these options when they actually hit, because it like can auto confirm for you. It is pretty difficult at certain spacings, but it is like the most safe ways to do things. So you do like JK, JK like that, and then once you get the second hit, you can pretty much go into the confirm from there. So something like that, and then get the wall break, and from there, and then you know JS, you do JK, JS, JK, like we were just talking about. Do the same thing, get your confirm. In the corner, it could change a little bit because you can do JS into JH, and this will allow you to land on the ground. There's some other ones that allow you to land on the ground. You can do like this. This also allows you to land on the ground. On certain characters, light characters are definitely easier to do this on. So if you're fighting like another female character, all the females are light, you can do this conversion, which allows you to control how your combo actually hits and break the wall. You can potentially do your super for more damage. JS, JH is also another one, like I said, in the corner that you can utilize. You can get your corner confirms as well. So that one's a good one. You could do JP, JK. This one can be a little bit tricky because of how it hits, but it definitely works, as you can see. So these are definitely just good things you want to utilize for your confirming situations. And also just putting them in block stun for when they are in the air onto the ground. So not only are you going to be able to do the confirms, but you're also going to be able to like take them out of the air and pressure them safely on the ground as well, without the fear of them mashing or trying to jump. Now, I don't believe it's going to like make you like DP safe or anything like that from this pressure, but you can still be utilized for like these type of situations. If you think they're going to DP, then you can like sort of just back up, or don't press a button on the way down and punish the DP accordingly as such. when it comes to those certain situations. But you just got to be the better judgment when it comes to like how your opponent like to play in that type of sense. But this will get you started when it comes to air pressure and confirming those air situations. And that pretty much sums it for the Millia, guys. Always, I hope you guys found this useful. Sorry if this format wasn't as formal as some other videos, but I definitely just wanted to make it and talk to you guys as far as like how to structure a pressure and the things you could be utilizing and looking for when it comes to trying to confirm the situations that are happening. Anyway, if you like anything I had to say, drop me a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, follow me on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Daikin, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.